Story 1. The Haunting of the Old Mill. In a small town in Pennsylvania, the old miller's mill had stood abandoned for decades. Once a bustling hub of trade, it fell to ruin after a series of tragic accidents claimed the lives of its workers. Locals spun tales of the mill's dark past, claiming that it was haunted by the spirits of those who perished there. One chilly October evening, a group of thrill-seeking teenagers decided to explore the mill, armed with flashlights and bravado. As they creaked open the heavy wooden door, the air turned stagnant, and an unnatural chill enveloped them. They ventured inside, their light flickering on dust-laden machinery, shadows dancing eerily as they moved. Their laughter faded into hushed whispers when they heard the sound of footsteps. At first, they thought it was one of them playing a prank, but the echo was unmistakable, heavy boots tramping across the wooden floor above them. Fear coursed through the group and they hesitated, hearts pounding. They climbed the creaky staircase, the wood groaning beneath their weight. As they reached the second floor, the air turned thick with the smell of decay. Suddenly, a figure appeared at the far end of the room, illuminated for a fleeting moment by their flashlight. It was a man, pale and transparent, his face twisted in agony and despair. A blood-curdling scream erupted from one of the girls, snapping the group back to reality. They turned to flee, but the staircase suddenly vanished, replaced by a gaping pit. The shadows twisted around them, pulling them closer to the abyss, and they could hear the whispers of the mill's lost souls, urging them to join the ranks of the forgotten. They scrambled, clinging to each other as they stumbled backward toward the light. Just as they thought all hope was lost, the staircase reappeared, and they careened down it, bursting out of the heavy door and into the night. The mill loomed behind them, its secrets still hidden in the shadows. Story 2. The Mourning of the Lonely Mother. In the suburbs of Chicago, there was a legend about a mother who lost her young daughter in a freak accident. Consumed by grief, she was said to wander the streets at night looking for her child, her wails echoing through the darkened homes. Most dismissed the stories as mere urban legends until they experienced the chilling nights where her cries filled the air, accompanied by a chilling frost that spread through neighborhoods like a dark omen. One fateful Halloween night, a young couple, Sarah and Mike, decided to carve pumpkins on their porch, dismissing the tales as banter. The temperature dropped suddenly and a dense fog rolled in. As they worked, they heard a faint, haunting melody drift through the air, growing louder with each passing moment. Entranced, they looked toward the street, where a faint silhouette began to take form. Shivering, Sarah called out, "Hello? Is someone there?" The air grew heavy as a figure slowly emerged from the fog, a woman in a tattered white dress, her eyes vacant yet filled with an unfathomable sorrow. "Have you seen my little girl?" the woman whispered, her voice like the creaking of an ancient door. The couple exchanged terrified glances as Mike felt compelled to answer. No, we haven't." But something deep within him told him that the woman wouldn't take no for an answer. Suddenly, the woman's expression shifted into a mix of horror and despair. "Where is she? Where is she?" Her wailing pierced the night, reverberating through their bones. The fog thickened and Mike felt a chill crawl down his spine, as if they were being pulled into her sorrow. Desperate to escape, Sarah grabbed Mike's arm and they bolted inside, slamming the door shut. They peered through the window, watching as the woman stood motionless, her cries fading until they became nothing but a whisper in the night. The next day, they discovered the woman's story was true. The town had mourned her long before they'd arrived. As the sun rose on that eerie Halloween morning, they vowed never to carve pumpkins again. Story 3. The Silent Woods. Deep in the woodlands of Oregon lies what locals call the Silent Woods. Those who ventured within its boundaries spoke of an uncanny stillness, where even the birds ceased their songs. No one knew why, but a dark energy seemed to envelop anyone who dared to cross into the heart of the forest. Some said it was the restless spirits of the Native Americans who had once roamed the land. Others insisted it was a cancer of malevolence, feeding off the fears of trespassers. A group of campers, eager for a weekend escape, ignored the warnings. They set up camp at the edge of the woods, excitedly roasting marshmallows and sharing ghost tales. As twilight descended, they decided to venture deeper into the forest, drawn by an invisible thread. But when they arrived at the epicenter of the woods, a profound silence enveloped them. The air grew thicker, and a sense of dread washed over them. Their laughter faded into uneasy whispers as they realized they'd lost their sense of direction. They tried to retrace their steps, but the trees seemed to shift, leading them deeper and deeper into darkness. Panic set in as the shadows loomed larger, figures lurking just outside their flashlight's weak beam. Whispered voices filled the air, murmuring indistinct warnings, growing louder with every heartbeat. Suddenly, one of the campers, Jake, went missing. Frantic calls for him echoed through the woods, but he never returned. As night fell, a chorus of eerie laughter erupted around them, surrounding them in an impenetrable darkness. It felt as if the woods were alive, feasting on their fear. In a desperate bid to escape, they stumbled upon an old abandoned cabin. They locked themselves inside and listened in horror as the laughter turned to cries, and phantom footsteps circled the cabin like a pack of wolves. Hours passed like a lifetime, and just as dawn began to break, the sinister sounds faded into nothingness. Only 3 of them emerged from the cabin, haunted eyes reflecting the horrors of what they had experienced. They never spoke of that night again, but the woods remained untouched, holding on to their dark secrets and their lost friend. As the stories continued to echo in the hearts of those who heard them, the shadows of despair lingered, reminding everyone that true horror sometimes lurks closer than we dare to believe. In the land of the living, the whispers of the lost remain unforgotten, a chilling reminder that some secrets should never be uncovered. Which of the story is most horrifying? Please comment and subscribe for more horrifying video.